So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about some of the natural things that you can use on your hair that work with your sebum. A lot of you guys have been talking about how, you know, your hair is dry, you don't have enough sebum on it, you feel like you need something extra on your hair. I've had you guys asking me about conditioning treatments that are okay for you to use while trying to maintain your sebum level on your strands. And so the last few weeks what I've been doing is testing out different food-based products, plant-based products, things like that that you can actually use to work with your sebum, to use on your hair. And before I get too in-depth in this video, let me just say I'm sorry guys, I skipped last week's video. I have been getting over a cold, and today is the first day I've actually felt like I could actually make a video. So here we go. The first thing that I've been using as a conditioning treatment, this provides so much shine and moisture to my hair that I really love it. Sometimes I use it weekly, sometimes it's every 2 weeks. It also makes a really good detangling conditioner. It is something you can eat, and I don't add anything to it, and it's baby food. Okay, this is what I have been using on my hair to condition my hair. This stuff is awesome. It does not take away any of your sebum. When you rinse this out of your hair is left feeling shiny and moisturized, and the sebum is still there. So this is a definite yes as something that you can use as a conditioning treatment. Okay? I usually use about 2 of these for my hair, and you guys have seen what my hair looks like when it's out. These cost me about 79 cents a piece. So this is very inexpensive, and it is very easy to just run down to your supermarket and pick you up a few jars of banana baby food. Okay? The next thing on the list that I have tried out is aloe vera. Okay, I have 2 of these plants growing in my yard. This one, as you can see, is really small. You can also buy these at certain stores. You may find the aloe leaf in the produce section. They're like really big. They're about $1.99 if you can find them. Basically what I do with this is I fillet it. I take out this that fleshy part of the aloe, and along with all the sliminess that's in there, I take all of that out. I blend it up really nice and creamy, and you can use it as a leave-in or you can use it as a rinse out. Now, when I try different products on my hair, excuse me, when I try different products on my hair, what I tend to do is use it on small sections of just some of my hair. I don't commit to the entire head of hair because you never know what it's going to do with your hair. So if you have a lot of hair, don't commit to using something on your hair unless you've tested it out first. So I tried this out on my bangs. I first wet my hair. I applied this to my hair. I let it sit for a little bit. Then I rinsed it. My sebum was still intact. This did nothing but work with my sebum, not against it. I also tried it as a leave-in. Once my hair dried, I added this to my hair. I made 2-3 twists out of that section of hair. When it dried, my hair was left feeling soft. It was so soft, and it was shiny, and most importantly, it was very pliable. I know sometimes when you're doing the water only method and you're only using your sebum, sometimes it can feel a bit more firm, almost like you've used the gel. At least that's been my experience. Sometimes it feels like I have some type of a holding cream in my hair when I'm just using my sebum. But with this, adding this to your hair in conjunction with your sebum, the hair felt more pliable. It was softer. It had more movement. Now, I don't use this in my hair on any basis. I really just tried this out for you guys as something that you can do. You know, maybe you're thinking about stopping this method because you can't figure out a way of working with your sebum. And if you are, this should help. Hopefully it will help you guys realize that there are certain things that you can add to this regimen. You don't have to be a die-hard sebum, conditioning, moisturizing only. You know, you don't have to just strictly do what I did for the first 6-7 months. Yeah, for the first 6-7 months, I pretty much only use my sebum. You know, occasionally I use like an oil on my ends, you know, or shea butter on my ends. And that was in the very beginning. It's just every so often I would use it, but for the most part, I would say maybe 99% of the time, 95% of the time, I only use my sebum to moisturize and condition my hair. But as time goes on, even though right now I currently have a shower head filter, I don't have a softening system, so my water is still hard. And so basically with the quality of the water, I feel like it forces you to use something else, something in addition to just your sebum as a moisturizing and conditioning treatment. Now, if you have a softening system on your shower, or you know, hooked up to your entire house, that is great. You probably find that you don't have to use anything but your sebum. But for those of us who still have hard water, even though we may have a filter on the shower, we still find that sometimes you need a little something else. And so what my goal is over the next few weeks is basically to put out a few series of different videos just showing you how you can use natural products that will not work against your sebum. Okay? My goal is to find things that will work with it, not against it. Strip your hair. I mean, how else can you explain most of us not realizing that we can even produce enough sebum to coat our hair? You know, so that's really, you know, for me, I'm not going back to commercial products. That's just it. I've been doing this for 8 months now. I am just learning how to work with it. Okay? Don't fight with your sebum, just work with it, cuts, things like that. That's what I use this plant for. For me, primarily, I use it for burns and cuts for my family. I used to eat this as well, but my plant is nowhere near big enough for me to continue to put these in my shakes, so I just use them for my cuts and burns. But this worked really, really well. So those of you guys who need something extra in terms of moisture, even if you wanted to use it to just give your hair some more body or something like that, this is awesome, okay? So, also, if you do not have a yard, or you don't feel like growing it, or if you don't already have it, they do sell aloe gel at the vitamin shop, and I think they might sell it at Rite Aid or Walgreens. I'm not quite sure about Walgreens, but I know I've seen it at Rite Aid. You can buy it in a jar or a bottle. It comes in a bottle about this big, I think a 32 ounce, and it's the actual gel. It is the edible gel. I have never tried that form of aloe vera for my hair. I did consume it before. I used to buy it just to put in my shakes, but I've never tried it on my hair, so you guys can take a chance on that and see if it works for you. Okay? So, I have one more thing that I have tested out over the last few weeks. This is something that you guys have been posting on my channel. I've gotten so many questions about, can I use henna? Okay, now I feel really bad, guys, because I said in the beginning of I think maybe video 3, maybe 4, I think I said you couldn't use henna. Well, I've tested this out, and I have found that I was wrong. So, henna does not strip the sebum. At least for me, it did not strip my sebum. I tried this, and like, you know, I used this years ago, and the process is really, really messy for me. I think I used it maybe I think I used this maybe 5 times the second year of being natural. And I really like the way henna feels on my hair, but I didn't like the process. I felt like it was too messy. It took forever to rinse out of my hair. This time around, this was so easy to rinse out of my hair. And the only thing that I can say or contributed to is the fact that I have sebum coverage. This stuff rinsed out of my hair so easily. Oh my God. Henna, guys. For those of you who have been asking me about henna, and you have been shy about trying this plant-based product, I say give it a try. If you're nervous about it, use it on a small section of your hair before you commit to the whole head. Okay? But for me, this was freaking awesome. I'm sorry guys, I'm still getting over my cold. This stuff was amazing. I think I'm going to put this in my regimen for my monthly treatments as a strengthening treatment. And hopefully I'll get a little bit more color on my hair. But this stuff was amazing. Okay, so let me tell you how I mixed it. I basically just use green tea. Okay, I try to be as simple as possible when I'm doing things. Okay, so I mix this with some green tea. I put about 2 tablespoons of shea butter in it. You guys know I don't like oils on my hair. To me, it feels like it strips my sebum. Now that's just a personal thing. You guys may have found that, you know, adding oils to the ends of your hair is completely fine. But for me, I almost feel like it removes my sebum, and I don't like that. So usually if I feel the need to supplement my hair, it is usually with shea butter, and it's always on my ends. Okay, so I added green tea to this with 2 tablespoons of shea butter, and I basically just mixed it up. I let the dye set. I added this to my hair at night, and I slept in it. I left it in for about 8 to 12 hours. When it was time to rinse out, this rinsed out so freaking easy. This particular henna is very finely sifted. Let me show you. Oops. I'm making a mess. Okay, it comes in a bag like this. Okay, and it is very, very fine. Okay, it's almost like a baby powder, not quite as sifted as that, but it's very, very fine. And so I'm sure because it's finely sifted henna, that also helps in the rinsing process. But I really do believe that it also has something to do with the fact that I have sebum coverage, because I only had to rinse one time. And I guess if you add that to the conditioning treatment, I guess you could say twice. But I say once only because after my first rinse, it felt like it was all out of my hair. Okay? Once I finished the first rinse, I had 2 of these. I used 2 of these on my hair. I don't add anything to this baby food. It's just the baby food. I don't want to be adding butters and oils and things like that to it, because I don't feel like you need it. Or at least I don't need it. And so I put this in a container, bring it in the shower with me. As soon as I rinsed out my henna, this followed as my deep conditioning treatment. I left this in my hair for about 3 hours. And you know, obviously, you know, you guys know what you do. You have to put that plastic bag over your head. So I did that. I rinsed this out once the 3 hours was up, and my hair did not strip my sebum. The banana baby food did not strip my sebum. I simply rinsed, detangled, and added 4 braids to my hair. It was so freaking easy. I didn't think I'd ever use henna again, because I knew how married to the water-only method that I've become. I knew that I was not changing this method, and I never thought I'd be able to use henna. You know, I had been using the banana baby food, you know, off and on as a deep conditioning treatment, but I never thought I'd be able to touch henna again. Okay, so I am super, super happy about that. And I'm sorry for the way this video is maybe coming off kind of rushed, but I have serious coughing fits, and I don't want to start hacking and make this video longer than it has to be. So with that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you guys next week. Before I go though, let me tell you about hibiscus. Next week's video is going to be on hibiscus shampoo. I have 4 plants in my yard, and years ago I saw a video on how to make shampoo using hibiscus leaves. I will be doing a video next week for you guys with more natural products, and it's going to be featuring these leaves and how to turn them into shampoo. So, I will see you guys next week, and thanks for watching. Bye, guys.